You ever notice how some Christians and Muslims treat homosexuality like it's the worst sin imaginable? Like, forget murder, forget greed, forget all the actual awful stuff. The real problem, apparently, is to dudes in love. But let's talk about that, because if we actually look at the Bible, the so-called sin of homosexuality isn't even what you think it is. And if you're one of those people using the Bible to justify homophobia, well, congratulations. You just played yourself. Let's break this down, okay? So we all know the infamous verse. Leviticus 18:22. A man shall not lie with another man as with a woman. It is an abomination. Sounds pretty straightforward, right? But here's the thing. This was never about homosexuality in the modern sense. It wasn't about love. It wasn't about same-sex attraction. It was about power and submission. Back in ancient times, society was built on strict gender roles. Men dominated. Women submitted. That was the natural order. And for a man to lie with another man, as with a woman, wasn't sinful because it was gay. It was sinful because one man was acting like a woman. Submission was the issue, not the act itself. And how do we know this? Because the Bible never prohibits lesbianism. That's right. Nowhere in the Old Testament does it say women can't be with other women. Why? Because women were already expected to be submissive. Two women together? Who cares? Two men, where one is in a woman's role. That's what made ancient men freak out. So if the original issue was submission, and today's same-sex relationships aren't built on that dynamic, then guess what? Even by the Bible's own standards, being gay isn't a sin anymore. Alright, let's talk about hypocrisy. Because if you're going to enforce biblical law, enforce all of it. Not just the parts that conveniently align with your personal biases. The Bible bans all kinds of things that Christians and Muslims happily ignore. Shellfish. Ban. Leviticus 11:10. Where's the outrage over Red Lobster? Mixed fabrics. Forbidden. Leviticus 19:19. Y'all wearing polyester blends. Straight to hell. Disobedient children. Stone them. Deuteronomy 21:18-21. But sure, let's focus on gay people instead. Slavery. Fully endorsed. Leviticus 25:44-46. Exodus 21:2-6. But somehow, that one's not divine law anymore. See, people love to pick and choose. They'll say, oh, but Jesus fulfilled the old law, right? So the food laws don't apply, but somehow the anti-gay part does. Interesting. Now, let's step into reality for a second. The whole biblical argument falls apart when you realize that today's gay relationships aren't what ancient people thought they were. Today, same-sex relationships are built on love, respect, and equality. There's no master-slave dynamic, no forced submission. So even if you think the Bible was against submissive gay relationships in the past, that doesn't apply to how LGBTQ+ relationships work today. And here's the part straight guys really need to hear. You should be thanking gay men. Seriously. If all these dudes were straight, y'all would be screwed. Think about it. Gay men are better dressed than you. Gay men make more money than you. Gay men are in better shape than you. Gay men are funnier, wittier, and honestly, more charming. If they were straight men would be completely out of the game. So instead of freaking out about homosexuality, maybe just say thanks. They're out here raising the bar, and you're benefiting from the lack of competition. So here's the bottom line. Christians and Muslims who obsess over gay people need to grow the fuck up. Your own book says God is the judge, not you. Your own book forbids all kinds of things that you happily ignore. Your own book doesn't even condemn homosexuality the way you think it does. So let it go. Gay people aren't ruining society. They aren't hurting you. And even if you personally think it's a sin, just let it slide like you do with all the others. The Bible says, love your neighbor. So do that. And if you still feel the need to judge, well, I hate to break it to you, but that's between you and God. If he's even there, that's the video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you like this kind of breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Or don't. I'm not your pastor,